We are called to order. Maybe we have a motion to approve the agenda.
I would like to ask you all to consider amending the agenda. And I would like to add a section under old business to update our 2024 strategic plan. If approved.
Yes, I second that.
Can we have a motion to make the update?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Moved, second, and approved. Any other changes to the meeting agenda? Okay. There not being, we will consider it approved.
Thank you.
Public communication, do we have any?
Okay.
I didn't receive any, and Donna Williams might want them.
Is it here? Okay.
Any updates to the public communications? Okay. Announcements.
I would like to announce the other face on the screen. This is Councilwoman Lisa Scott. I've known her for quite a few years. She's works in Aberdeen in finance, right, Lisa?
No, community development.
Community development. I know it was some long title. She's now our liaison from the city council. Would you like to say a couple words?
Yes, thank you. I'm excited. Library is a passion. Books are a passion of mine. So I'm interested to obviously be a part of this and learn and help with all that I can. So thank you.
Well, welcome.
Welcome.
Lisa.
Introduction of new library staff members.
And that's these guys that just came in. Have a seat. So it's 2025 and I'm changing things up as you saw in your emails. And one of the things I'm doing is introducing you to staff members each month that you have a meeting. And I'm starting out with our two newest. This is Hannah Rayberg and David Bernard. And they've been with me about 6 months each now. And they're both fabulous, but don't tell them that. Anyway, I would ask them to prepare a couple words and just share who they are and what they do for the library with you. Hannah, would you like to start?
Yeah, definitely. Just like in the front.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah. I started officially working at the library here back in June. Growing up though, my family vacationed here and I popped into the library, so I knew the staff a little bit before then. We officially moved here when I was in my teens and I volunteered throughout high school and then my first couple years of college. I would say this library and the staff definitely kind of influenced me to follow the library path. Michelle especially was my mentor, and she and Kifa were my reference letters to my MLS program at the University of Washington. So it's kind of full circle coming back here and working with everyone. I am really passionate, especially about kind of like children and teen services. And working here so far has been really amazing.
So she has her master's in library science from the University of Washington. Year before last year,
Oh,
24?
time flies. I think it was, I want to say 24.
24, yeah. Any questions of Hannah?
It's great to have you here.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome. We're happy to have you. All right, David, you're up here.
Hi everyone, my name is David Bernard and my family came here like vacation for several years and I wasn't officially living here until literally 6 months ago because I was doing college at the same time and I just graduated with my MYS literally 7 months ago and then got the job here in the next month and I was super excited and happy and I've been super excited ever since. I'm very passionate, working with with the adults and pretty much everyone. And I've been mostly working on the catalog with magazines and the movies. So I help pretty much order all the movies, making decisions with that. Yeah, and I've loved working here ever since I started 6 months ago.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Remember the movie contest where you vote each month? That's him.
Oh,
Yeah.
very fun.
And all those flyers I brag about, that's Hannah.
Oh, wow. Good job, you
Thank you.
guys.
So any questions, for David?
I have a question for each of them. Which is your favorite book? Which is your favorite movie?
You know, he's a movie buff.
Yeah.
And she reads like crazy. All right, I gave you a little leeway there. I'm talking, so now you can come up with an answer.
You wanna go?
Yeah. I'll go first.
So my favorite book changes a lot. I would say right now, the one I'm really obsessed with, it's a YA author called Jenny Nelson. She hasn't written that many, but the few she's written are really good. I would like her favorite of mine right now is I'll Give You the Sun. And then for movies, that's a tough one. He's really the film buff.
Okay.
I would probably say like a Studio Ghibli movie, like Spirited Away would be my favorite.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. For me, for favorite movie, it changes like every year for me. If you asked me if I was a kid, it would have been Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory all the way. As an as an adult now, it probably would be like Shawshank Redemption as my favorite movie of all time. And book, that's even tougher.
Okay, good. I always ask people at the library what their favorite books are. So thank you.
Anything else? Thank you both.
Yep.
We'll be in touch. You can leave now.
Okay. Is that me?
Nice to meet you.
Keitha,
Yes.
Alex's question is like asking, who's your favorite child? I can't even choose that one.
Or my favorite staff member, right?
Yeah, exactly.
As far as a child goes, isn't it always the one that's in front of you?
Those two are excellent and I really mean it. I mean, they're both in their 20s. They're so young, but they're so savvy and so technological and computer and, you know, it's wonderful.
It's great.
It keeps me going just to keep up with them. So thank you for listening. And next time we meet, we'll have some either Michelle, Nick, Nico, or the two new pages, which I'll tell you about in my report. Thank you, President.
Approval of the minutes from our December 11th meeting. That should say December 11th, 2024.
Oops, I grew, sorry.
No problem. If everybody's read the minutes, can we have a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Approved. Keitha, you're up.
So libraries directors bi-monthly report. Seems like it's been forever since we've met. But a lot has been going on. As I mentioned a minute ago, I have hired one page completely, and she's an 11th grader at North Beach High School. Her name is Cameron McAfee. She starts on the 18th of February. She was excellent in the interview. I mean, excellent. She used words like hatred and asked questions. And then she wrote me back and said, what's the dress code? This is an 11th grader, guys. So she was fabulous. And so Cameron will start on the 18th. And then another gal named Autumn, who I've given the offer to today, we'll see if she accepts. She will also start on the 18th. She's 18 and she is doing online studies. So hopefully I will have two of them. I'm pretty sure she will. So that's the news on the pages. 14 years and 2 months, like I told you last time, we finally made it. Zoom notes. When I was talking to you all, Becky brought up a new feature on Zoom that she had found with her daughter called Zoom Notes. And basically Zoom Notes takes notes for you on Zoom. Well, I asked the city clerk and now the finance director, same person, she got promoted, if that was possible for us, and I'm going to read you her reply. She said, we would not utilize this feature as a form of minutes. First, they are only transcriptions to the best of their AI abilities, which is not always accurate. In addition, we do not take verbatim minutes. This under the direction of legal counsel and the amount of people that take appointed or elected members to court based on those types of minutes. So we looked into it, but she's got some valid points. So I wanted to share that
Wise
with you all.
choice.
So you know that that will not be happening. All right. Oops, that's the agenda. Can't lose that.
Thanks, Ruth.
Yeah, Becky asked, so. All right, second, and I kind of do and I kind of don't apologize. I have a lot to talk to you about today. The circ stats were in your packet. You might have noticed that I deleted quite a few categories because I don't need them. And unless there's a category you really, really want on your circ stats, I have what works for me and for my reports that I have to give to the state library every year, and for what I think is of interest to you all. So if there's anything you're missing, I have a reason for each one why I deleted them. See me after the meeting or in private and we can discuss it. So the circ stats are in front of you. We're a little down from 24, but we're going strong. I wanted to point out, no, I'll do that in a minute. Hold on. Okay, circ stats. Any questions? Circ stats? Okay, good. Next, I wanted to let you know that in April, I told you 2025 is coming, there's going to be changes. April, July, and December, I'm planning to present to you a status of the library budget, the city budget. So that'll be a whole 9 yards picture that I will get on the agenda. So I'm going to give you a heads up. And let's see. Oh, on the circ stats, I go back a page here, I made my notes. The AARP, I always put the tax aid people on their first day and their second day, which was last week. They finished 57 taxes each day from 10 to 2. And that's 3 tax people and 1 quality assurance person. And then 2 people that monitor all the paperwork and the swarming around. So 57, that's a lot. Finished, submitted tax forms. So they are off to a great start. Okay,
Question.
yeah,
Keitha, in the report, in the statistics that you gave us, it says taxes 70.
right. That was for January, and that was the amount of questions and inquiries staff had. On top of their 56, I don't know what we did because February is only half through. I keep hash marks of everything we do for it, and then in combination of both of those. So just in January, staff fielded 70 questions. Assuming they all remembered to do the hash mark. So,
Thank you.
anything else for a second? Okay, I just want to make sure I passed this out last time that you all have the 2025 Library Board of Trustees calendar of events. If you don't, I brought extra copies just to keep us all on target. Now, fun stuff. Every year I present to the board, and sometimes in a narrow way, this way is a little longer way, and it's the same presentation that I gave to the city council a while back, is what happened in the library in 2024, kind of a summary. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'm just going to point out some things that I think are exciting. And I did start my presentation with them by saying it was a busy, exciting, and fun 2024. So a few numbers. Circulations for 24 were 67,726. 67,700. That is an increase of 7.21%. 7.21 from 23. That's huge. So that was big. The 2022 checkouts were 53, and because of COVID, they were up, the 2023 checkouts were over the 2022 by 18% because of COVID. So that kind of squelches it. Another important number that I think is fabulous is the door count for 24, 41,183. That's an average of 27 patrons walking through the doors. And we're open 34 hours a week. This room had 1,137 meetings and 13,550 attendees in the year. Web hits were 25,500, and active library cards as of December, when I wrote this, was 3,776. And then I talk a little bit about Washington Anytime, which costs us 29 cents each download. And Canopy, the movie download, costs us 10 cents each. They are very, very popular and worth the budget that we put into them. And then a few popular programs we had last year. First time cooking demonstration with the ceviche. We had our second annual authors fair, which had 60 authors attending, and we are having a third annual. George Washington gave us a visit, which was fantastically attended. Smokey the Bear came and celebrated his 80th birthday party with us. Story times are always popular, and all the summer reading, hot dog, ice cream, everything that we have for the kids. Oh, of course, Santa. Can't forget Santa. And last year, I have the tax aid number was 1,426 people from February to mid-April. And then I mentioned that we have all the staff. Michelle, Nick, and I are full-time. Hannah, David, and Nico are 69 hours per month, so very part-time. In 24, we created an online meeting room calendar. And just yesterday, that was for this room. Yesterday, I had an online meeting room calendar for the small room next to my office is now online because it is getting booked and booked and booked and booked. Let's see. Friends of the Library were very supportive during the year. They helped us with 14 new computers, which gave extremely better access for patrons and extremely less hassle for staff. And I mean extremely. It's perfect. It's working out really good. They bought a new teen unit, which I mentioned last time that you saw, a neon bulletin board, a couple Lego panels in the children's section. And remember, our budget, the city budget, has not one penny for programming, not one. And then the foundation had the beautiful outdoor pavilion and of course that reader board that everybody loves. I get comments all day. And that's it. Let's see. I don't want this was really long. And that's it. So I wanted to share that with you, just those numbers. Again, if you want more information, I have all the totals and all the numbers right here. I'd be glad to share with you if you need more numbers. Okay, any questions on that so far?
Just congratulations. It's nice to see it all.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And actually, it was kind of fun to put together. I know I like doing stuff like that. During the council meeting, it came up, I think, during Scott's presentation, and I wanted to share with you in case you don't know, the city participates in blue zones, and we have this map of the blue zone bike trail for free at the counter. So if you're interested in one, Alex, just ask for one or two or three or four. We have a whole bunch. So blue zones bike trail, and the city or the library owns all the blue zone books. They're in our, and then also at the same meeting, the fire chief, they produced a living safe guide to fall prevention. And we have a copy here if you're interested in that. It's written by the staff at the fire department. It's very good. It's got a nice checklist in the back. It checks out for 3 weeks. Okay. Now, down to what I usually do. You have the propaganda in front of you, but I know you can't see these pictures, especially with the water bottle. But Nico had his first Lego tournament of the year on Saturday last week. 33 kids came and he did a collage for me to brag about. And it's just cute. I mean, just cute little things being done. And it was, I mean, he's a great kid with the kids. And speaking of that, we've changed our reading extravaganza to kids reading Rangers. And same thing, they're focusing on a series of books, and he has these fabulous crafts and games and things around the book. And this is very timely because it's a movie coming out called How to Train Your Dragon. And it is this weekend, or next weekend, 22nd, next week. And then Nico's also doing the Stuffy Sleepover, and I will share that with you after it's over. It's really fun. And story times. Tax aid, as I said, has started. They are meeting on Thursdays and Fridays from 10 to 2 and a couple Saturdays. Lego is over. And the art in the library is fabulous this month. Her name is Fern Schaefer. It's the first time in the 14 years I've been doing this that she has shown. And the display case, this big, and tweezers. He traveled to Japan and he took pictures of these statues and places, little statues out of teeny tiny Legos or something. I mean, they're teeny tiny. So take a look at both of those. They're fun. Book group is over, and friends will talk about. Coming up later in the month is the Olympic Area Agency on Aging. They're called O3A. They're out of Olympia, and they're going to give us an overview of what they offer, mostly seniors, our citizens. And it can be anything from adults with disabilities, caregivers, legal help, wills, guardianships, grandparents raising family members, Sheba, Medicare, insurance, and then just general information and assistance specialists. Sounds really good. And then we're diving in with them throughout the year to have more focused programs on dementia. It's just one. So we're working on that. And Teen Zone is always fun. The Teen Advisory Board is planning a spring fling. Nice. Academy Awards are coming up in March. We have about 2/3 of all the nominated Academy Awards, either here now or on order. The ones we don't have not come out on DVD yet. That wasn't a kitty sound. Or Rob. I know, you know her well, don't you? So do I. Okay, and then the movies, I told you David does those fun movies, and hold on 1 second. In December, I think I shared this, I can't remember. The favorite movie character was Buddy the Elf. And then in January, he had Nicole Kidman movies. And the movie that won out of like 10 was Practical Match. Just fun. And then this month, he's doing Who's Your Favorite Romantic Lead? And he has Matthew McConaughey, Sandra Bullock, Julia Roberts, Hugh Grant, and Reese Witherspoon, Rachel McAdams. So if you want to go vote, it will be fun. And then he has a great job. I don't have to coach him at all. It just comes out. Then he has this nice little flyer of everybody's picture. So, all right. And then in March, since we don't meet in March, hold on, I'm gonna keep it all together for the radio on tomorrow. March, besides the regular Storytime, Reading Rangers, Friends, we have Public Health Emergency Preparedness. And this is, I've worked a deal with the Grace Harbor County Public Health. They're going to come 4 times a year. First one is March 19th. They're bringing information for public health emergency preparedness and information about public health programs. Then they're also going to offer in the parking lot, in a van, A1C screenings and blood pressure screenings. So free of charge. Then the Friends have a book sale in March towards the end. Michelle's having her annual teen spring party, and the theme is going to be black and white. And the lobby display case is gonna be Garden by the Sea. Susan La Madrid is going to be the art in the library. And we have 2 more special programs. Disaster preparedness with author Stephen Craig, who's participated in our local authors. And he has written a book called Disaster Preparedness for Seniors. And he's a flyer. He lives in Olympia. And he's gonna come talk about it and talk to everybody about what they need to have prepared for disaster. And that's gonna be on March 28th. And I think he's well qualified because down here I have a whole bunch of 3-letter and 4-letter initials of all his accreditations. There's a whole bunch. And then we have another author event. 2 authors that live in Shores that also participated in the author event. And one is Brian Anderson, who you might know from the food bank, and D.S. Ayers, and they're good friends. And so they're gonna come just chit chat with everybody for a couple hours about what they do, how they do it, and what their books are about. Just kind of a fun library thing. And then I think that is it. We have our ongoing Dungeons and Dragons, which we get 25 to 30 each Friday night, which I think is fabulous. Virtual reality gets the maximum of 8. Bookateki is keeping Nick very busy. And video club, we had the snow last week, so we only had 6, but I thought that was pretty good for the snow. And Michelle is still doing the Bring Your Own Book group. And the Blu-ray player. That's it. I'm done, boss.
Okay, great report.
Lot going on.
Old business with the addition of the strategic plan update.
Thank you. Each year, a couple of the board members get together and we just evaluate the strategic plan. And I brought copies for you all. And see if we're on track. And what I would like, if there are people wanting to do it, a couple volunteers to meet with me. And we'll go over it and see where we are. And if there's any other strategic plans we want to add, delete, edit, whatever. So,
Well, I would volunteer to help you out.
okay,
I will too.
okay. Thank you. So I'll email you 2 and get a meeting set up, and then we can present it to the board at what's the next meeting, April. So that's going to be Jeff and Becky. And I have a sad note here. Just for the record, I don't have an excuse for Vicky Cummings. So that's an unexcused attendance. Okay, Jeff.
Okay. New business, update the bylaws.
Right, at the last meeting, it came apparent, somebody said something about officers and I went, oh, we didn't change the bylaws to February because they say January. So I need you to make a motion to change Article 3 officers from January meeting and the second line to February meeting. And the reason for that is the bi-monthly meetings.
So I also wanted to ask if we couldn't change on page 2. It says preparation of the agenda will be the duty of the City of Ocean Shores Library Director, and he or she will coordinate the preparation with the president. Can we change he or she to they?
It's one person,
And they, neutral, gender neutral.
just they. Does they imply 2? No.
And they will coordinate.
And they will coordinate, sure. That way I can get this all changed in one shot.
Yeah, I would just thought maybe we could update it to modern terminology.
And that's page 3, you said?
2.
That was 2.
It's agenda preparation, A.
And then I was wondering about, on page 3, it's under Article 6, under letter C, the library director shall formulate an annual budget, isn't it every other year?
It is.
It is an
now.
annual, or 5 years?
It's biennial budget, but they still meet and go over the budget every year.
Okay. So it's not really formulated, no, Joe, would there be different?
Lisa could speak on that better than I could probably, but.
What should,
I think you're right on the word formulate. Because we have the ability, correct me if I'm wrong, Lisa, on the budget, it's a 2-year project. And in our bylaws, it says the library director shall formulate an annual budget. Becky's asking if we do that annually now or biannually.
Well,
Yeah.
you do look at any kind of updates or amendments to the budget that come forward. So you do that periodically through the next couple years. I know as council, we discussed actually going to an annual budget. It can't happen till after this biennium budget if it does. So it's something we are exploring too. So I don't know how you how you want to word it or formulate it, but you are constantly looking at the budget in case you need budget amendments that you go over or for whatnot.
But I understand that and
that wording,
I know,
I
yeah,
have some wording that might work.
okay. go ahead.
Formulate and or review.
And or
So
review.
I was thinking just the opposite, same words.
Okay.
Okay, library director will formulate and review annual budget? Or how about just budget?
Review the budget annually.
Budget, because then.
That's
what do you
good,
even
the
need?
budget annually.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so here's what I have. The library director shall formulate and or review the budget annually for submission to the city council, subject to board approval. That sound good?
I think so. I think that's-
How many times do we have to change this to get it right?
No, constantly moving target, right?
Page 4?
Well, actually,
Fine.
playing wordsmith here. Sorry about that. So this would be on page 4.
You know, this is taking our April meeting.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah,
didn't
we
know.
do this laws in April.
Okay, well,
No, go ahead.
okay, I was just gonna suggest that you've got letter J says employment of staff is the responsibility of the library director. I would also say employment and management of staff
Okay,
to make it doubly clear that, for example, I wouldn't want to go in there and tell Nico how to do his job. I manage Nico, you do.
right, I'm operations.
Yeah,
Okay, so it should read, we're on J on page 4. Employment of staff is the responsibility of the library director and management of.
well, you could just put employment and management of staff is the responsibility of the library.
Employment and management of staff.
And with
Okay,
that,
just
I
add
end
and-
my wordsmithing.
Okay.
Till next time.
Until next time, I step down.
Okay, then Jeff, we're gonna need a motion to approve those changes. And I will say, I'm gonna keep it on the agenda so that that's okay, other board members, if we want more reviews in April, we can do that too. So, because I want this is our document, folks, and I want it to be alive and accurate, so.
So move.
Second?
Okay.
Any comments, or shall we just say approved? We are approved.
Okay, so I will update all those, send them to you, Nicole, and send copies out to all of you guys. Don't ask me when. Okay,
Officer elections.
gee, it's me. So back in January, I sent an email out to all of you. And it said we will update the bylaws so that it's February. Once that's completed, we'll open elections. So we're opening elections. And I wrote to you all to prepare for elections. We elect a president, vice president, and secretary. If you're interested, let me know. I will prepare a written ballot for a private vote, and I will tally the votes. So I contacted you all contacted me, and this is the ballot that we have. So we have a quorum, right? 4 is a quorum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you only have 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. So if you would vote, fold it in half and hand it back to me. I will.
No campaign speeches.
There is write-ins if you want to write in somebody else, but I'm sorry that picture that you like is not allowed.
I want to see.
Thank you. This is fun.
If you wouldn't make it so hard for us.
Could have played the Jeopardy music.
It was going through my head too.
Thank you, sir. Okay. By unanimous. It sounds like some of those cookies, though, it's not. By unanimous. We now welcome Jeff as president. Thank you for running.
Thank you very much.
Vicky as vice, or not Vicky, Becky as vice president. Thank you. And Alex as secretary. Thank you. I really do appreciate you guys for stepping up for that. Okay. Well, I'm not done, am I? You ready for the next one?
Yes, board presentations to council.
Right, and I'm excited about this. This is another one of those 2025 things I wanted to do. So again, in January, must have been a slow month. But anyway, I wrote you and I asked you all to ponder of presenting to council again. I heard from several citizens as well as a few council people, why aren't you presenting like you used to? And so I thought, well, maybe we should. And it's really nice because on the council agenda, we're under staff reports, which is at the top of the meeting. So we don't have to stay there for the whole meeting if you don't want to. I know you do, but anyway, so we can get out before public comment if there's a big issue. So it's pretty convenient. You usually can get home by 7 o'clock. So I was hoping that you would agree to have this presentation with me and two of you guys, and we would do it quarterly. And it would be about a 10-minute overview of the happenings that were going on. And my thought plan was to do March 11th as the first one. And it would be the first meeting of the month for the council. And so one of you could present March and the next one present April. And then in May, we would go May 13th and somebody present May and the other person present June. And I would be there for updates on library, filling in, or just, however we wanted to structure it. So it would take a little getting together to plan what we're going to do as a team for that month to council. And I heard back and everybody, except for Leon, I didn't hear from you, but everybody agreed they would like to do it. And now I need people to commit to a time. So the first one's going to be March 11th, and that's a Tuesday. Oh, and I did already send it to then Sarah, city clerk, and you have it too, Nicole. And so these are already on the council's agenda coming up. So we have March 11th, May 13th, July 8th, September 9th. I don't know if there's going to be a November 11th meeting. It's Veterans Day. I don't know. Anyway, if not, we'll go the October date. So would anybody like to entertain and work with me the idea of presenting in March? Do that. Thank you, Alex. Anybody else?
Looking for two.
I wanted to.
I'll do April.
I don't do April, it's May.
No, I'll do May.
Okay.
You're looking for two per.
I'm looking for two, because I want them to see you frequently.
Okay,
And since we only meet, I'm only having them meet 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 times for the whole year. I thought if we jostled it up over those 5 times, they would recognize your faces.
I would do March with the caveat that my husband is having hip surgery.
Oh.
So if perchance they schedule it earlier than they're projecting, I might have to swap out, but that time should work because they're saying late March.
Okay. This is, yeah, 11th, this is the
So
second.
it should be
Tuesday.
early enough. that
Okay.
I would
Okay,
not interfere.
okay. All right. I'm looking at you.
I know you are.
And
You're in the hot seat now.
Vicky's not here.
I'm a newbie and
You're a.
feel like I'm learning more than I'm helping you, but I think that is the case. So in any case, put me in wherever you want.
Okay. May, how about May?
Sure.
And we'll meet in April so we can talk about it then.
Mhm.
So again, I will set up a time before that and we can get our ducks in a row because it's the first time, so we want to make a nice, good splash and get information to council. So thank you. Thank you, Becky.
Sounds good.
President, I think I'm done.
Okay. Reports, Friends of the Library. Leon, that would be you.
Well, as you probably have figured out by now, since you've been around here a long time, is when Keitha is done with her report, you have heard pretty much what was done in the library. So,
Sorry.
that's okay. The speaker was the director of the Interpretive Center. We discussed growth of the center since its inception in 1971. And they've got programs for all age groups and are working with the school programs and needs. When it first opened, yes, it was free. It now charges a series of scaled fees to encourage use but not deter it. They have offered to provide a tour for the Friends of the Library. And I bet they'd take us too. Treasurer's report, at that time, January was a modest expenditures over income, but looking as you will probably do, there's a good healthy balance. Keitha informed the group that the Lego tournament in February was a great success. And what else? On February 27th, there will be a program focused on the needs of seniors. And upcoming movies include 7 Academy Award films. And that is my report, based upon what happened at that meeting.
Thanks.
Okay, the Ocean Shores Library Foundation.
Hi, I guess that's me. I'm the liaison there, and I have learned a lot from, I think, a couple of meetings that I've been to about what the Library Foundation does. They handle some of the larger donations that come in. It's a nice way to keep that separate. Right now, they're working on their budget. They are setting up a database so they can capture perhaps people who have donated in the past and are regular donors or new donors that they want to keep in contact with. So I think that's a really great thing and complicated, so it's going to take them some time. But yeah, they're onto that. They're also setting up a Facebook page, and they want to link that to the library page, possibly even accept donations through Facebook. So we'll see how that works out. It's in the investigation stages and setting up stages, so I don't know exactly all how, if they will get all those pieces to work, but I think that they're doing a great job of thinking about outreach and, you know, with that combined with the database, they're really looking at getting good, solid donor relationships being built. Also, one of the things that they do is they sponsor some things for the library. As you know, they've done, as Keitha mentioned, the signage in the pavilion, but also they sponsor the attendance of your staff to the Washington Library Association, and that's coming up in April. And I don't know who else is going. I forgot if you were going or just a couple of people.
When you're done,
You can-
let me address that, because you should know that. I should have been in my report.
Or you
Thank
can, yeah, update us on that because
will.
I didn't write down exactly who you said was going, so.
I will. Thank you.
Sure, and then, yeah, and the other thing they're doing was, they've sponsored an event or two here. And they're, at the same time, they've decided to put out a little survey, so when you attend one of their sponsorship meetings, they're trying to find out what other things people might be interested in that they could sponsor. So they have a lot of engagement, beyond just, I mean, it would be enough with building donor relationships, but they're also engaging in other facets of the library, sponsoring things and so forth. So that's what I've learned in my couple of visits to them.
Two very,
Okay.
very active, supportive 501c3s. Very, very good. And thank you. I keep thinking April is so far away and it's really not. And it is before your next meeting. It's the day before your meeting. On April 11th and 12th, we will be closed. It's a Thursday, Friday and Saturday because, and we'll be, let me start over. The Washington Library Association has an annual conference. The foundation sent staff 2 years ago to Wenatchee, had a great time, learned a lot of stuff. That's how Dungeons and Dragons came to be, and several other teen programs out of conversations and attending different programs at the conference. So the foundation has agreed to send staff every other year. This year it's in Tacoma. It's the 10th, 11th, and 12th of April, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, there is only one pre-conference that is applicable to us, and it's about teen programming, and Hannah and Michelle are going to that. The library will be open that day. Originally, it was going to be closed, but they're going to be open. And then the 11th and the 12th, Nick, Nico, and David are going over for the Friday, Saturday events in Tacoma. And the foundation pays for everything. No city money comes out of it. I have approval to close the library on the Friday, Saturday, and I will be working as will the pages. So keeping things going, keeping the meeting room going, and shelving books, doing the book drop, that kind of stuff. But we'll be closed the Friday and the Saturday for that. And then David and Nick will work the Thursday, the 10th, and then Hannah and Nico will work Sunday. So we'll be covered and everybody gets a little extra day there for recoup. So that's it. Sorry, I forgot. I just saw
Oh.
April, that's too far away.
Yeah.
But actually, we have been spending most of yesterday and this week doing the hotel reservations. We get a 5% discount because we're sending so many people. And Kathy, the president of the foundation, was here today with the credit card and we were typing it all in. She's very supportive. So appreciate that. And then I have, as a follow-up to that, each of the attendees will give a 10-minute presentation to the foundation on what they learned and what they expect, and if it's worth going to again for them. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Next meeting is Wednesday, April 9th, 3 o'clock.
I'm sorry, say it again, please.
Wednesday, April 9th at 3 o'clock. It's on your agenda. Is there any other business to be brought forward? Okay, I think we can consider ourselves adjourned.
Fantastic.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.